Oh, we started supposed to say ready, set, go?
Bro.
You said ready, set, go, and then 1, 2,
1-2 press. You said ready, set, go. 1-2 press.
I didn't know.
Sorry,
I'm so sorry. Who started off the episode?
All right, so welcome back, everybody. It's Word of Mouth. Cam, Van, and Beezy got it right this time.
Yes, sir.
Today we're talking about Today we're talking about a more pressing issue.
Yes.
One of our most serious episodes we probably
definitely.
have.
We don't usually talk about stuff like this, but we felt like it was more important that
we have a rare opportunity to where it is two black men and a white guy to talk about stuff like this.
Use our platform.
Yeah, we can use our platform. We actually built this platform where we can discuss and communicate with each other and have different points, but still love each other at the end of the day.
Right.
So that's the whole point that this whole podcast was created for this. Yeah. I ain't saying for this incident, but for this type of situations.
So to start off, we just wanted to throw out the three big names that are going on right now: Floyd, Taylor, and Arbery, and just give a little background as to what happened. As far as Floyd goes, 8 minutes, 46 seconds with an officer's knee on his neck.
Facts.
Said he couldn't breathe multiple times, ended up dying from it. The second time something like this has happened, the I can't breathe thing, we saw it a couple years ago in the NBA where they wore their shirts, I can't breathe. His name was Eric Gardner.
Right. Yeah, so this ain't even the first time something similar like this happened.
Right, and then with Breonna Taylor, we got her. The police broke into her home. I think it was her and her boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were
her and her boyfriend were in bed.
And they were in bed, and they broke in, didn't even announce themselves, and they shot her. Did they say 8 times?
8 times.
While she was asleep, so she got killed in her sleep.
Yeah. And shot the boyfriend too.
They had a no-knock warrant, is what it was called. They didn't have to
warrant,
introduce themselves as policemen. They just came straight in the house, guns blazing.
That they don't use all the time.
And there hasn't been any arrests in that.
No arrests.
But the FBI did reopen up the case today.
Yep.
And nobody had body cams on in that either.
Right.
No, so
body cams were turned off.
Yeah, what's the point of having body cams for situations like this?
Right.
That's the whole point.
Definitely.
Third, I think this year is Arbery, and killed just by 2 white men, not even with the protection of the shield. While jogging, in his case is different. They say he was looking into like a vacant house up the road. They said they had burglaries, but he was proven he was walking through a vacant house, but he didn't take anything.
Right,
and
they killed him off the description.
Yeah, killed him, and then there's still no justification for them to do that.
And what's crazy about it is they killed him in February, and the video didn't come out until late March.
And that's the only reason we know about it.
And it's the only reason we know about it, and the only reason charges was pressed.
Right.
no charges was pressed.
Nobody would have found anything about it,
and
unless there was a video.
So
they tried their best to cover it up, and the video came out, and it
just went crazy.
Unraveled from there.
It's just too much.
Something needs to be done, man.
Too much to be done. Before we even go, let's just clear something up. This is something we've just been saying on Twitter. For all the people that's just different cultures or don't actually understand what the Black Lives Matter movement means, let's just say this. It is not only black people. When we say Black Lives Matter, we are meaning the equality of blacks, because as of right now that we are seeing, black lives are not equal to everybody in America.
Right.
So when people say all life matter, which is no disrespect, and I understand that some people are saying, I get what you're saying, but all lives matter too. Yes, I get what you're saying.
Black Lives Matter is really an emphasis.
Yes, but all lives matter was made in negative connotation to Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
so that's why we have this negative incident. When you say that, and I say Black Lives Matter, you say all lives matter, I'm just automatically upset, and I feel like you're on the side because it was made in negative connotation.
Right.
You feel me?
Definitely.
Black lives. We're not saying only black people. We're just saying as of right now, we're not equal, and we want to be equal.
It's definitely a time for this country to open your eyes and realize what the hell is going on, because it's not right.
It's not right.
It's not. The 3 names we just named never should have happened.
Never.
They never should have happened.
Never should have happened. And then ask me this: if they were white, would it have happened?
We never know.
We never will know. But are we hearing stories like this with the ethnicity white? No. Are we hearing stories with any other ethnicity besides us?
No.
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of either.
The good thing is,
and if anybody can prove us wrong on our platform, we open the floor for you. Prove us wrong. Send us the stories, send us the links, so we can study and put our background. But as of right now, I don't see it.
And that's the thing that pisses me off is the all lives matter thing. Yes, all lives matter.
Yes,
that's an obvious statement.
But that's got nothing to do with what's going on right now. That has nothing to do.
And I'm so happy a white person saying it, because it is like, it's like a slap in the face. Like, yes, okay, Karen, we get it. We're not saying black people are better than everybody. We're saying
We want to be equal.
As of right now, bro, I just my price tag is not the same as yours.
White people aren't being slain in the street. They're not
you.
being slain in their beds. That's not happening.
Crazy.
They're not unarmed getting shot while jogging
Exactly.
in a neighborhood by two people of an opposite color. That's not happening.
And that's why we have all these protesting and all these riots going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. We got, see videos all over of all 50 states. We got protests going on.
First thing all 50 states really did.
And so that's a good
and
thing.
It's worldwide. We can't even say 50 states no more.
Yeah.
It's worldwide. And a lot of places that have a real high of, I would say, I'm not going to say white, but I say just a Caucasian ethnicity. They going through the same thing. UK. Black Lives Matter UK. Like, it's not just an American thing. When you have a darker skin and you go other places besides Africa, it's like, I don't know, a stamp on you. I don't know
and
why.
it works. It works because
the
civil rights movement of what was it? Right after Martin Luther King got shot.
Martin Luther King,
68, something like that.
I'm looking it up.
It didn't happen until 8 days after they rioted. They rioted for 8 consecutive days, and that's when that was passed.
Come on, bro.
So what was passed? MLK.
It was low. I know what you're talking about. They had rioted. It was, I forgot what it's
So
called.
it was 1968.
Yeah, 1968.
They rioted for
like 8 days.
a number of days after that happened, and then they eventually got passed.
Like a law passed, like a civil rights law passed.
Yeah.
Let's point on this too. Definition of white privilege. Let me tell you what white privilege, and I think me and my girl was talking about it, and I think we look at it on a financial standpoint of white privilege, and this is what we're not saying white privilege. White privilege is this: if you can get pulled over and you don't fear for your life, you're privileged.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
If you know you can call the police and have an interaction, and it's a 100% chance you're going home, that's called privilege.
If you never had to have that talk with your parents about how you interact with the police, that's privilege.
Privilege. If your skin color is not going to hold you back from any opportunities in the world, that is privilege. So for everybody that's out there is like, okay, I'm not rich. We're not saying that. You didn't use right with your privilege. I'm sorry. Should have did better with your privilege. Give it to me.
And you don't have to be against white people to say that white privilege exists.
No, you're not getting it.
This whole movement is about equality.
Yeah.
It's making everybody equal.
Yeah,
and for me, white privilege is exactly what y'all said, is never having to worry if your skin color is going to influence anybody's decision towards you.
It's crazy.
Because I've never had to worry about that as a white man. I've never even came across my mind, because I wasn't raised, like my family's never felt that kind of discrimination.
My dad told me that to be equal to my white counterpart, same age as me, everything like that, I have to work 2 times harder.
2 times harder.
At least. To
every
even
black
be able to
household
be
you have
equal.
this talk.
Have to have that talk.
Every black household you have this talk. You have to go harder.
Sad, man.
Hey, and this is sad, and you have to move with more care about yourself.
In 2020, this is still a problem.
Still a problem. You feel me? What do y'all feel? Do you feel all right? The awareness is here. Everybody's seeing it. Do we really feel a change is coming?
Yes,
I think so.
I mean, even with Floyd, with George Floyd's murderers, they finally got all arrested, all of them, and
all charged.
The guy, I can't remember the guy's
went
name.
To second
his
degree
name
murder.
Right,
Chauvin or something.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Uh-huh.
And then all the other cops got charged with aiding and abetting.
Aiding and abetting, yeah.
Which is a good
As
step
they
forward.
should.
And then in Louisville,
we got the whole police accountable.
They changed the no knock
warrant.
law.
No such thing as no knock.
There's no such thing as that anymore. Like when police do that, they have to announce themselves when they enter a building or a home, anything like that. So that's always good. Protesting works.
It does. We've seen results in the 8 days that it's been going on. 8 straight days is how long the protest's been going on. Thousands of people around the world.
Thousands. All over the world.
Hundreds of thousands at this point, probably.
Let's move to the next point. We'll say on protesting. Now, and this is me, and I'm going to speak just to the black community. If we're going to protest, we're going to make a movement, and we want people to take us serious, let's do it right now.
Right.
You feel me? For all the ones that's looting and rioting, it's not just white folks, which it is white people too. That is very weird that somebody would drive from their nice neighborhood to go to the inner city to burn and loot and pillage.
No, yeah, for the people that have made the aesthetic of rioting
yes
appeal to other people on like their Instagram feeds and shit like that. fuck you.
Straight up. Straight
That
up.
shit's awful. What are you doing?
Yes.
You're not
heard it
any
here
better.
first.
You're not any better than the people that are saying all lives matter at that point. You're completely
Because you're not helping the cause.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not helping the
you're
cause.
just destroying everything that they're fighting for right now.
Don't be on some movie shit and just want to purge because it's chaos right now. So
It doesn't do any good for anybody at that point.
Peaceful protesting, man. Peaceful protesting. People get the point. Y'all bringing awareness to it, and just remember the key to it is like voting and voting locally, because your local council is gonna make a change that you see more than you kind of voting on a national level. Just remember that voting locally.
People forgetting in a democracy, we have the power.
We do.
The
have
people
power.
have the power.
The people have the power.
The people that are in office right now that are fucking up are only there because we put them there.
Facts.
And our generation is going to be.
But
the
I
one
don't
that
say,
can bring
and I
change.
say this too.
Yeah,
Is our generation? Are we not? Are we using our power right? Are we voting? That's a question to all. I can't say
Vote.
I haven't voted. I haven't voted.
You have
So
to vote.
I
Gotta
haven't
vote.
used.
This year is probably the
This
most
is
important
this
year
year's
that
vote.
we will have to vote in
Yeah.
our entire lives, because change has to come, and it has to come this
And
year.
it's going to come from us. It has to.
It's going to be our generation that changes it.
On another standpoint, we understand police aren't bad, but
No.
police reform is needed. My thing is this, and I said this: if you are a inner city police and you're constantly locking up people of a darker descent, darker ethnicity, it does something to you, bro. It's gonna dehumanize your job, and I really feel they need psychological help, bro. Like, you can't start looking at us as a job because that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when I saw that video and he looked in the camera, he was looking in the camera like, this is regular, like this is nothing.
This is my
Just
normal
dead in
life.
his
Like,
eyes.
ignore his life. Yeah, like
Yeah.
something was
Crazy.
like, something was off in that man's mental to think that he was gonna like get away with it at that level.
I think now cops definitely should start to push to have like where cops get degrees, like whether it's criminal justice, psychology, something along the lines of that, to where they have a 4-year degree. And granted, that's not gonna
Necessarily
weed
clean
out all
everything
the
up, but
bad,
it will help a lot.
but it'll help.
It would definitely help.
It'll
a
help
lot.
with how to react with the
Education
situation.
is key to
Education is key.
anything. Education is the key to absolutely
and now
everything.
that you saying that, if we definitely gonna let people walk around and like
Carry a gun.
carry a gun and manage our city, they definitely need to start going to some classes. Cause this 6 months police academy shit is not working.
Nah.
You
No.
feel
As
me?
you can see.
And a lot of people are getting a badge on a power trip. Cause I be looking at
Right.
some of y'all police, y'all look like y'all was lame in high school. I ain't gonna cap. You feel me? And y'all kind of like getting y'all revenge back.
And
than
one
a
of
police officer.
my friends, we were texting in one of my group chats with one of my friends. He said that some cops, they don't even want to be cops. They use it as a fallback job,
Yep.
just to
It's
get
like the
money,
way
just
that
to
some
pay
people
bills.
use the military and
Because
stuff like
it's
that.
just
Yeah,
because
that's sad.
you don't need a degree to get it.
And you shouldn't
don't.
be handed power on your fallback job. You
No.
shouldn't.
I
What
agree.
sense does that make, bro?
I agree. You didn't work hard to get there, so why should you have it?
Training.
All right. So what do we feel about how the police are handling protests? Are they moving correctly? Is the violence necessary now? Because they are violent.
I don't think it's making anything better.
Have you seen the rubber bullets?
Yes,
We see,
brother.
oh my
It's
god,
Crazy.
that shit is so sad. I'm so
those
sorry.
rubber
if you
bullets
got
really
shot with a
fuck you
rubber
up.
bullet. Bro. They
Shit
fuck you
hurts.
up,
Saw
bro.
a picture of somebody got hit in the head.
Oh my god! Look,
Oh
she got
my
shot.
Got a hole in her head,
It
bro.
put a hole in her head. I saw
She
the
had
same picture.
somebody had brain bleeding from it.
Ooh. You saw? I saw the other dude. Eye fell out. He had to go to surgery and lose his eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that.
Shit is
There
sad.
was one guy in Huntsville. Was that yesterday? That had one go straight through his leg.
What?
Yeah.
Straight
Oh, yeah.
through his leg.
It
Crazy.
cannot go straight through your
Oh,
leg. That's
yeah.
the whole.
Straight through his leg.
That's not a rubber
If you're
bullet,
that
bro.
close,
If it's close range, it can go through you.
the way that it impacts you like that, I mean that's
Straight through his
still
leg.
that's
Are
still
we
high
not gonna-
pressure pushing out.
Bro, we not gonna. Now that's something we need to reform that too. Like that need to be on the agenda.
Yeah.
They can't use rubber bullets, or they need to be real rubber, so soft rubber, because rubber can be hard.
Yeah.
Dang, go straight.
I
through.
think the police, when they, attack peaceful protesting, they just agitate the rioting. I don't think it's saving anything to try to stop peaceful protesters. I understand stopping the looting You know, if
Right.
that's, you have a job to do at the same time, but the people that are standing there on the sidewalk with their hands up, their hands on their heads, not doing
Peacefully
anything.
protesting, yes.
What is the point of tear gassing?
I've seen so many videos where they just
What
escalate.
are they doing?
Tear gas.
At the end of the day, those people
bullets.
have the right to be there.
Right.
Yes, it has the right to assemble.
Exactly.
There's a reason
That's
we're
in
doing
the
what we're doing.
Constitution.
It's in the Constitution.
You can do that.
And it's bad that they're fighting us when we're just trying to get equal opportunity.
That's what's messed up about it.
Yeah, we
There's
just
no-
want you to
they-
stop
it's like-
killing black
It's like
people.
they don't understand what's going on.
For the
at all.
ones, I feel like this too. For the ones that's like that, like don't believe like that this is like wrong. Like y'all believe we dying in the streets wrong, but choose not to stand. It kind of just as bad, bro. You feel me? You got to make a stand at this point. Like
Now is not the opportunity to be silent.
Yeah, you can't be silent. It's people been silent for so long, and so
not
that's
the
why
time.
that's why we here, because the true power is not resembled. But you can tell in the dark, but you can't stand up to your friend in the dark,
Right.
because it's crazy now. Think about it. All this racist stuff is getting out to the internet, and these people don't have black friends. They're putting it on the Instagram that they feel comfortable enough to put it on their Instagram, their Facebook, or whatever social media platform, thinking that it's not going to spread and somebody's not going to tell on them. And it's getting out every time. So that lets you know your whole circle doesn't view that racist bullshit that some of y'all be kicking. You feel me?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's just...
Sign petitions, donate. If you can't
All
donate,
of it.
share. If you can't share, call your friends out on their bullshit. Do
Anything
anything you
helps,
can to support what's
bro,
going
to
on right
create
now.
your
Facts.
voice.
Call
Just
your friends on your
voice
bullshit.
your opinion.
Because
Fair
if you don't
awareness.
think what's happening right now needs to happen, you're a part of the problem.
Right.
Come on, bro.
I agree.
For the ones that think riding and looting is bigger than the whole point we're riding and looting for, and I'm not gonna say we're riding and looting.
Nah.
People are using this sign of organization to like
To
know
create
capitalize.
issues,
Yeah, to
more
create issues and riding
make
and
us
looting.
look bad.
Yeah, riding and looting is horrible and wrong, but killing somebody in the street is just as wrong.
Remember why you're there. in the
Yeah,
first
it's like
place.
Right.
nobody's just riding and looting for no reason. We
Definitely
didn't just
not.
wake up in the quarantine. Everybody sent out a mass text and said,
This is
"Let's
really-
go out here."
And it's really going this hard because it's built up. It's just
That's what
layer
I saw it
after
on
layer
Twitter.
after
They were
layer.
like, y'all are lucky that black folks are just looting and not going for revenge.
Oh my gosh, that's real.
I said,
Crazy.
"Girl."
It
Facts.
is real.
Martin Luther King said something, and my dad sent me this on YouTube. Martin Luther King said, "Why do you peacefully protest?" And he said, "We peacefully protest because there's no way to beat whites in a fire right. Like it was just no way, not economically, firearms right, anything you want to, any standpoint, you can't. So the best way to beat a monster is to show him that he's a monster. And when you ride and loot, you lose that. Like you lose that showing like what they're doing is wrong. And I know you're angry and I know you want to fight, but the best way to fight, man, is beat them at their own game.
At some point, you got to fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At some point,
You like
it's-
that?
it comes down to this.
Got to.
Hey, you feel me? More power to them.
Something's got
Everybody
to be
has their own
done.
opinion. Fight fire with fire.
I mean, peaceful protesting's been going on since the 50s, and we're still here.
yeah,
Something had to
a
happen.
lot of good has happened, but
Something had to happen to open these people's eyes.
Systemic racism.
Hey, I gotta remember we not the young kids no more. These 18-year-old, 19-year-olds, they don't know what racism is. So when they see that, they're going crazy. 17, 18, 19, 20. They haven't seen stuff like that. I feel sorry for all whites that's standing up with us. Hey,
We
salute
appreciate
y'all,
you.
bro. And it's just
Big time.
it's
appreciate
sad
you.
that like y'all friend
Call
groups
out
are
your
kind of
other
like
friends.
going at y'all and not agreeing with y'all.
But
and
stay strong.
y'all kind of starting to see the truth of some people. I know some people say they go to church and some people say they love God, and this is one of the moments where you prove that.
You can't love God and not all His
Yeah,
creations.
not all his graces. You feel me? You can't say I'm a church going, you feel me, Christian, and then say, I think I'm gonna skip
Right,
praying on black
right.
people. Right?
Yeah.
Not gonna happen to the prayer. You feel me? It's just not right,
Right.
bro.
Definitely.
Not right, man. But we just thank y'all, man. Thanks for the awareness. Thanks for everything that's happening.
Right.
But okay, and this is our opinion, word of mouth opinion. What would be a great solution for us? What would be your solution to help with equality of black people and going forward in the world and in America? What could be a great solution for us? What do you say?
Me?
Yeah.
See, I've thought about this. I
definitely
think
agree.
some sort of stimulus.
Mm-hmm.
I think money can help out in a lot of different ways. I think education also needs to be funded a lot more in these places that aren't being
I like that
funded as much,
Did
because
you-
education is key. It's so key with the world we live in today.
Mhm.
I mean, by the time that the kids that are growing up now are going to be in college, you'll have to have a degree to work in a gas station or some shit like that.
Probably not a gas station.
Maybe not a gas
But you're gonna have a
station.
degree.
I'm
You definitely got to
exaggerating.
have a
But a
degree to
lower
get a
level
police
job.
officer.
Right.
Like I really feel what you're saying, Cam.
Yeah.
That can like catch fire.
Change. It will create so much change.
It'll create so much change.
And then you see the
And then-
NAACP is seeking $14 trillion.
That'll be like
in reparations.
$333,000 a person or some shit like that.
Per African American in America.
That's insane.
You know, we make up 13% of the world. We make up 13% of America, right? But we make up 50% of people that are in prison.
That's crazy.
I think the other like 20% is Mexicans, Hispanics.
That's crazy.
And then whites, you know. But they're the majority. So, like, if you don't think it's systematic, bro, look at the numbers. You want to go Reagan, Bill Clinton. People done built their platforms and campaigns on what they say criminals and thugs. And they're really talking about blacks, gays, and Hispanics.
There's a Netflix documentary. I think it's called The 13th or something like that.
Oh,
It
yeah.
talks all about stuff.
The 13th was crazy.
The 13th is insane.
You really need to watch that. The 13th will open your mind up.
Open your mind big time.
Because you learn, like, it's a lot of people getting paid off, like, how life is right now.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people getting paid. That's something that y'all don't get. The whole bottom line of this and how this is moving is because of $1.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are gonna lose a lot of money.
It's the money. That's the color that really matters. Green.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people gonna lose a lot of money if reform comes. A lot of people gonna lose a lot of money. You feel me? If black people start getting out of prison, and a lot of people gonna lose a lot of money just if reform comes a period across the whole judicial and systematic racism. You know what I'm saying?
But it has to happen.
Has to happen.
It's crazy that it hasn't to this point.
I mean, how do you think about it? Like, you was building it. Your ancestors built the country. They say, okay, all right, guys, I want you to peep this. We got Indians, blacks, and Hispanics here. How the fuck are we going to stay on top? And then you make a system. You got to think about this. Think about this all the way in the 1800s.
Definitely systematic.
And think about this. The Civil War only happened because the South was getting strong as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And the South was winning with slavery and bare minerals and bare resources and was about to take over the country. South was about to have two Americas. So just let you know how powerful free labor was, slavery was.
Shit's crazy.
This whole life, it lets you know, like, it's just all dollar. And for everybody that says violence and all this wrong, sorry, white people, y'all are the violent ones. Think about your whole conquest of America. Native
So
Americans.
true,
Y'all the takers.
we were talking about the other day. I was like, white people just moved in here.
Yes! Think about it! It's like y'all forget the past.
We just moved in and
Hey,
took this shit.
Fuck
this
y'all
is
in
ours.
slavery. Y'all need to let that shit go. But y'all forget that y'all killed the Indians, moved them across the whole country.
Yep.
Okay. Killed the Mexicans in Texas and all of the border, pushed their ass back to South America. So that's why South America overpopulated as fuck, because someone supposed to be up here with us. And then third, bring free labor and build $1 trillion country that people are paid to today because of slavery and all type of life.
Shit's crazy.
Come on, bro. And you feel me? We just want to just go home and we get put over by the police. We ain't even asked for the real shit yet.
I don't think equality is too much to ask for.
Come on, bro.
Do something. That's all we want. All we want is
We only make up 13% of the
Right.
country. You can't treat 13% right. You feel me? And listen to me. You feel me? I know you is not the only one. Brothers, you feel me? Some of us do have a certain look. Some of us do, but there's no reason to judge, bro.
There is no reason.
There's no reason to jump to the conclusion, bro, because everybody has a little look or something different or something you don't like, and you don't judge. Like, stereotyping sometimes the stereotyping is not the key. You know, don't stereotype, man.
That gets people killed.
That's episode 1, stereotypes. Go back and watch it.
Facts.
Facts. We definitely talk about
There you
stereotypes. Episode 1. Man, appreciate y'all, man. This is a
Sure.
great podcast.
Word of mouth _ all social media.
Yes, sir.
I'm _Van_3.
Cam Demand 3.
What am I?
Jesus.
Damn it.
Visuals?
BZB Visuals.
Gosh, how do
Usually
we
it's
know
me that fucks up. This
Right,
shit- that was you.
damn.
this guy?
I'm thinking about black people.
We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh, bro, thanks.
Donate.
Yes, sir.